autumn leaves, and here we are at Registan Square in Central Asia, Samarqand, Uzbekistan. Winter flowers here as well. Flowers in bloom in November. Here we go, Registan Square. Now here we are at Registan Square. This was the heart of the city of Samarkand, of the TIMURID Empire. The name means sandy place or desert in Farsi. Registan in Persian means desert or a sandy place. This was a public square where people gathered to hear royal proclamations, blasts heralded on enormous copper pipes. They're called zarshis, enormous copper pipes, and blasts were played on that like a herald, really. It was also sadly a place of public executions as well. And the square is framed by 3 madrasas, you can see here, or Islamic universities of learning, scholarly learning, and it has got a distinctive Persian architectural look about it, the Registan Square. This is the Ulugh Beg Madrasa. Ulugh Beg, the favorite grandson of Amir Timur. This was built by Ulugh Beg during the Timurid regime. Ulugh Beg was also an astronomer of some repute. The square courtyard includes a mosque, and lecture halls, fringed by dormitory cells, in which students lived. There are deep galleries along the axis, and originally the building had 4 domes. We should step back and look at it. This construction started in 1417 and was completed by 1420.
Yes.
Yeah?
In 3 years. And
3 years.
It was built in Mirza Ulugh Beg.
Right.
Yes. And this one is Shardor and Tilakare Madrasa.
Right. And that minaret is 33 meters, you said, right?
Yes.
And foundations go down 15 meters.
15 meters, yes.
Yeah, because to take this sort of load, that's incredibly deep.
In minaret is Arabic language.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's Surah.
Surah.
Yes.
Is it Surah Bukhara? I think that's in the
Quran.
yes,
Quran
that's
Surah.
in the Bibi Khana Mosque, I think. Yeah,
Yes.
Surah
You
Bukhara.
see in mosque,
Yeah. Yes.
And we have inside is Arabic language.
Wow.
This is so name
Yes.
is Allah.
Yes.
Allah.
Yes.
And this minaret,
Yes.
please,
Wow.
mister.
Yes. Sorry.
Alif,
Oh yes.
Allah.
Yes. Oh God.
Allah.
Yes. So that's the.
This is
Yeah.
Allah,
Ah.
Muhammad, Allahu Akbar.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Yes. And the student dormitories and the darskhana is inside.
Yes, inside. It's
Yeah.
56 rooms inside.
Yeah, 56 rooms inside, are they? Oh, right. So darskhana and the okay. Yeah.
It's 2 floors. In first floor is classroom
Yes.
and second floor is bedroom.
Yes. But originally, as per
Yes.
my study,
Yes.
the building had 4 domes, but now it hasn't. I think it used to have 4 domes, maybe. That was the original idea. But yeah. So there are deep galleries and there are dormitory cells inside, right?
Yes. And
Where the students lived. And the darskhana, or the lecture rooms,
lecture rooms.
where they had the dars, they were at the corners, right?
Yeah.
They were at the corners, and this was one of the best clergy universities also.
Yes, of course. And
Yeah.
this is we have original one. Is inside this one.
Wow.
This one is original.
Yes.
This one is reservation.
Restoration during the
Yes.
Soviet era, right?
Yes.
During Soviet days, in the 1950s and 60s.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is original.
Yes. It's,
My
inside
God.
it's
1420.
15th century.
15th century, yes,
Yes,
exactly.
this one is
Finished in 1420, as you
Yes,
said.
yes, of course.
15th century
And
birth.
this door is after restoration 100 years.
Oh God, right. So this was one of the best collegiate universities of the Muslim Orient
Yes.
in the 15th century, yeah.
Yes.
And Abdul Rahman Jami, the great
Abdul Rahman.
Persian poet
Yes.
and scholar, right?
Yes.
He was a
it's
mystic
13
scientist.
Please.
Ah, aha.
13, 16.
Yeah.
Abdurrahman Jami.
Wow. Yes. Amazing. Oh God, I mentioned it and he's right here. He was a scholar, mystic scientist, right?
Yeah.
Philosopher.
Philosopher, yeah.
And he studied at his madrasa, right?
Yes. In this madrasa.
Ah. And Ulugh Beg used to give lectures.
Yes.
Can we see the Dars Khana from here?
Yeah. Inside.
Oh, you can go inside. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dars Khana will be inside. And Ulugh Beg gave lectures here. Oh my God. So this was a place of learning for them. Okay. So we'll go inside. Now we are going inside now to see those Dars Khanas and the dormitories where the students lived. So it was a great seat of scholarly learning, I'm told. And here we are at the Ulugh Beg Madrasa, or Islamic scholarly place, or even a university, one can say. Khanas at the bottom and the dormitories on top have become souvenir shops now, but you can still see the way this is set out as a place of learning, with a calming courtyard in the middle. It's really quite a sight, very calming. Here are some scenes of a typical book reading happening here in the libraries, and sketches, paintings depicting what it would have looked like at that time. There's a little museum here that gives you information about what was happening. And Dars Khana, the word Khana is quite common in the Uzbek language, and strangely in the Russian language as well, in some aspects, like tea khana in Russian is a pot in which you make tea, and chai khana. And chai khana in Uzbek is a place where you drink tea, and this is a dars khana where you do dars. You can see falsafa, mantiq, handasa, hayat, al-jabr, all these kind of tibiyat. So all sorts of the comparison is falsafa is philosophy, mantiq is logic, handasa is geometry, hayat astronomy, al-jabr algebra, so on and so forth. Tibiyat being medicine, tafsir is Quranic commentary. So it's quite similar to what the expressions used in the Indian subcontinent as well, the remnants of expressions as part of Mughal India's contribution from this part. It's an interesting detail of the column, even though these have been painted and restored, but they're still, the fundamental structure is still the same. And you can see the original roof here. And this would have been a grand library, or much more of a joined up or communal gathering of people doing their deliberations of the various subjects mentioned here. And I think there's some English here as well. The art of paper was very popular in Samarqand. And there are all sorts of connections here, where production of good quality paper was of great importance, it seems, for the development of education in Uzbekistan. So various kinds of writing materials were produced of plants and fabrics, and they were exported internationally from Samarkand because paper then was as important as microchips or digital chips, because that was the only way you could record scholarly knowledge. So paper was a critical part of education. I mean, that is quite a thing to think about, even though it looks obvious now. Quite a recent one, but it's been done on Samarkand paper of Samarkand at that time. More books on astronomy. Here's a depiction of Mirza Ulugh Beg, the grandson of Amir Timur, on the right, and this is to do with his interest in astronomy, with his apprentices Ali Kushi in the middle and Miram Shalabi on the left. So here they are working on their Jam is holding a book as well. Looks very interesting book. I think with the manuscript there, and they are studying astronomy. And they've got depictions of the evolution of astronomy from here, from Ulugh Beg's times right through to current modern times. Because Uzbekistan was part of the Soviet era space research and expeditions as well. So they're just showing that some of the research done by Mirza Ulugh Beg and his fellow astronomers was quite futuristic, and that's what they're trying to show, combining it with contemporary, mostly Soviet-inspired images of space, journeys and research. It's quite interesting to see this in Ulugh Beg's madrasa or university. More tributes to Ulugh Beg's expertise and interest, Ulugh Beg and his team rather, expertise and interest in contributing to the science of astronomy and study of the stars. And this looks something Russian, and some Uzbek manuscript. They've tried to replicate this, but this is a recent reproduction, what they used to call the takht, and it's like a seat or a place of rest and reflection. You can see the Tilyakuri Madrasa and the Sherdor Madrasa, which we'll be going to in a minute, and the Registan Square on a wet November day. Now this is the Tilyakuri Madrasa. Tilyakuri in Farsi means gilded, and again, this was not only a residential college for students, but played the role of Grand Masjid or mosque. In fact, that is the Golden Mosque, as they call it. It has a two-storied main facade, as you can see here, under the Grand Arch, and a vast courtyard fringed by dormitory cells inside, which we'll go in soon. Same as the Ulugh Beg Madrasa, but smaller, with 4 galleries along the axis. The mosque building, as you can see, is situated, there it is situated in the west section of the courtyard. And the main mosque is, the expression is the name of the mosque's expression translates as the main mosque is in abundance or of Tiliakori or gildedness. So gild, emphasis on gild. And they also call it the Golden Mosque as well. Now we are going inside the Tiliakori Madrasa and its courtyard, and the same elements here, like the dars khanas, that they had the dars or the deliberations or the lectures given to the students. There would have been dormitories, and again a grand soothing courtyard, like any seat of learning where students would be thronging around, and libraries and books and all that kind of thing. So this is the inner courtyard of the Tiliakori Madrasa, the gilded madrasa here, or university. There's the Golden Mosque here. We are inside, and there's the mimbar, the pulpit on which the sermons are given. I think that's the mihrab where the head priest would stand and the worshippers. But that area is fenced there's a railing there so that the sanctity of the mosque is retained. And there are more interesting things happening here. And oh, there's a souvenir shop here. They make everything into souvenir. Yeah, I think that this space would be, oh yeah, something like this. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah. 60.
Yes. 20 centuries.
Ah. This is the Sherador Madrasa, which is the third madrasa in this complex. Ulugh Beg being the other one here. And Telokorium Madrasa here, which we've just been to. Grand Registan Square. Even though it's a wet November day, but still people are coming. And the Ulugh Beg Madrasa are seen from Sherador Madrasa. The grand courtyard of the Sherador Madrasa inside. Again, the dars khanas and the dormitories. What a marvelous texture of the facades and the detail. Really something to behold. You can see beautiful, I think there are two couples getting married here. And culturally, the Uzbeks get married with the background of the Registan Square. It's very important for them and their culture that the Registan Square is part of their life, and this backdrop is always chosen. Here they go after taking the ceremonial pictures, and there's another one going on there. Yeah, another couple there, and this is the other couple gently walking away. What a beautiful scene. All around Registan Square and the three mothers going on. Flowers in full bloom in November with the backdrop of Registan Square. How Uzbek?